Good afternoon. I'm picking up Felicity and Alexa from their last and final choir practice of the year. Or is it chorus? I don't like calling it choir because that's like for churches. Chorale? Maybe that's more appropriate. Anyway, they had a closing party. I'm sure they got some treats and some other goodies. I think it was a good experience, especially for Felicity, who didn't really have a lot of experience with singing. So she's come a long way in just staying on tune, and that's a big accomplishment for her. And I know she wants to sing better. She's kind of, I guess you could say, jealous of her sisters, who seem to be able to have more of a natural, from birth ability. But she's come a long way, and I think she's enjoyed the experience. How was chorale?
Why did you say chorale?
Isn't that what it's called?
Don't eat the chair.
Ronnie? And when is practice over?
7:30.
7:30. Okay, 2-hour practice.
Is that a bad thing?
No, that's a fun thing. There's your guidance counselor.
Actually, I don't have a counselor.
Should we wave? Alrighty.
See ya.
Enjoy the practice. See you at 7:30. Okay, that's my final drop-off today. So about 3 trips to school today to pick up kids. I wonder what it's going to be like when everybody's doing activities. I'm going to be chauffeuring 7 kids all around. We'll see, by the time Ronnie, she'll be driving herself probably pretty soon. I guess. In theory. I'm still feeling a little groggy today. Last night was a late Mother's Day date night. Not that I went on a date with my mother. I went on a date with Amy. So we stayed up pretty late. We watched a show with goofs and giggles, ate some food and treats. I'm gonna do something a little bit different today and just share what happened yesterday. Mother's Day. Kind of give you an overview of what all happened. Set alarm for 7:20.
Okay, 7:20 p.m. Setting your alarm.
Okay, so it was Mother's Day, this Sunday. We went to church around 10 o'clock in the morning.
Spatial reasoning is set up with piano. And there's one song I have to change because I was dumb and wrote the wrong one. Look, nobody's here.
Amy was the, I guess you could say, the song leader / piano player. So we had a nice church service. What's typical these days is either I or Amy have to take Promi out to the lobby. There is no nursery. We're the only young family. We have the only kids at the congregation. So I wouldn't expect there to be sort of a nursery kind of arrangement. So it's basically me taking a toddler out, sometimes all the way to the parking lot if he wants to run around. I've been parenting long enough to know that this is a short-term struggle, and probably in a few months he'll be able to sit more still in a pew. Church is an interesting topic. Obviously, when we moved out here to the frontier, you can't exactly pick and choose your precise flavor of religion. You have to not make personal compromises in your beliefs, in your head, in your actions, but compromises in the group you associate with. We have been attending this particular congregation pretty consistently this year, and it's a little bit different. Still getting used to it. It is what you would call a multi-denominational group. To a lot of people, that's very uncomfortable to actually make a choice to move somewhere where you know that your church doesn't exist as you know it, at least. But to those people, I would remind them, what is the church? I'm the church. Wherever I go, that is the church. So whether the building has the name I want on it or not, it's all in my head, all in my actions. It's what I do. Worship services tend to be pretty simple. I mean, you've got a lot of different backgrounds coming together, so you have to make some group decisions on what's vital, what's necessary on Sunday morning, which I think is a good thing. The groups that I most connect with are those that just want to pursue that simple Christianity. How can we be just Christians in spite of the discomforts and some things that I don't necessarily want in the services? It leads to a situation where I don't have people knocking on my door. You're not believing the right things. We're not believing the same things. You need to change. You know, I'm not out sinning and breaking laws. I may have a different doctrinal mindset than Sally over here, but it's nice to be out of. It's nice not to be held hostage by a tradition and a group of people in a tradition who expect you to believe the same things. So, do I miss what's comfortable and familiar? Sure, but I don't miss, I guess, what you'd call the thought police. Anyway, I've got a lot more to say about my religious journey in the past 3 years or so, but I'm, as usual, kind of hesitant because, like I said, once I openly share that I'm out of step with some of the traditions, I will be, in a sense, excommunicated. I don't really look forward to that. It's already happened a little bit, but, you know, once I actually share what I actually think, friendships are over for certain people, so I will save that for another day, but I do hope to talk more about religious matters soon.
From earthquakes that slowly made the rocks come up and further and further up.
Okay, after church we went to a poetry reading. It was a part of the 11th annual Amazing Earth Fest. Okay, Amazing Earth Fest is celebrating national and state parks, national forests, monuments, and public lands of the American West. It's called an invocation to sustainability. I thought that was interesting.
Speaking about church, I said this was going to be a sermon of sorts, so what's wrong with this as a church? I've seen Gaudi's big cathedral in Barcelona that's been under construction for 140 years already and isn't finished, and I've even been in some of the local buildings. They're okay. I don't want to necessarily put those things down, but I think if you spend too much time there, they become prisons of the Spirit, or maybe even tombs of the Spirit. And think of what goes on in these places quite often, at least in the Christian world. People's minds are on some other distant place and time. Their attention is typically not on this world. It's otherworldly. Because we desperately need to connect with nature on a deeper, more intimate level. And so I think we should spend less time in churches and temples and more time outside, frankly.
Amy's a part of a poetry group, and she contributed an inspirational reading.
Amy Gaskin. And little man in tow. Hey, dude. Okay, I'm going to hand it over to the Willow Wind Poets.
About 18 months ago, my family decided that we needed to move from Pennsylvania to a brand new place to have a fresh start somewhere.
The firmament was stark that day and asked my hope to lead the way. So I hit the accelerator, and with my haul of imitators, I set off as co-creator, with a charge to disobey the herdsman telling me to stay.
slow kiss of silence at the heart of awareness. We welcome her now.
Now what you saw there is kind of a natural amphitheater over at the Best Friends Animal Society. Hey guys, you're a little bit too close to the water. Penny, back up. Stay back on the grass. On the grass, guys. Okay, after that we went to Wendy's, got some Frosties, and then we did the great cleanup. We wanted to give Amy some time to herself to just do whatever she wanted to do for 3 or so hours, and we cleaned up the house. We set up a new laundry system with baskets and got all the laundry done, well, as much as we could. We didn't get it all done because it was several metric tons of laundry. All right, once you're done with your sign, let me know and I'm going to tape it to a basket. Alexa?
Touch me.
And that went pretty well. We've been working with this family closet situation. The closet itself is quite roomy, but having 7 kids come in and out and pick out clothes, and it can turn into a mess if people are pulling down clothes and just leaving them on the floor or not putting them away. So I pushed towards sort of a hybrid solution where they do have a clean and dirty basket in their rooms and they can fill it up each week, and there's a family closet that they can draw from. Just kind of separate clothes and responsibilities. After the 3 hours of quiet mommy time were complete, Amy and I had a date night, ice cream, and fun, and giggle shows. Stayed up till 2 o'clock. It was nice.